Living on my sofa, drinking rum and cola underneath the rising sun. I could give 1,000 reasons why, but you're going, and you know that all you have to do is stay a minute.
Hey guys, so I'm back with a story time about my labor with my 1-year-old. That was a crazy night. Okay, so it was about, what time was it? I don't know. I think it was like early in the morning. Probably like after 12, was it? It was because I remember 2 in the morning. Okay, so it was about 2 in the morning, and you know, I started feeling real labor pains, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. But at this point, it was kind of like, you know, it would stop and subside and give me a few minutes, and it would come back. So eventually, we wind up going to the hospital. So the doctor checked me, and she said I was not even dilated at all, so they sent me home. I was still having pains, but it was like spaced apart. So we literally walked home. Soon as we got home and I took my clothes off, oh my God, the pain was so horrible. Like it would not stop at all. It wasn't even like it would stop for a second. I took like a nice hot shower, and eventually my husband got me dressed and we went back to the hospital. And I don't know if I want to tell you guys what happened in between us getting to the hospital. Should I? Huh?
Why not?
Because it's not you. All right, anyway.
It was me. I was there.
So on our way to the hospital, I was punching stuff, punching gates, screaming to the top of my lungs. It wasn't... I had to scream. I had to make noise. I had to hit stuff because I needed some type of comfort. And there's no comfort from that unless you get an epidural, I guess. So,
mind you, we live 4 blocks away from the hospital.
Yes. We live, it felt like 83 blocks. So, we're walking and we're walking. We turn the block where the hospital is, and I'm like, babe, I pooped. I literally pooped in my pants. And I know this is like TMI, but it happens to a lot of women, so I don't care. But I pooped in my pants while I'm walking to the hospital. So then right after, I kept pooping. It's not even like... it's not... It's not like I pooped once or a little and it stopped. I pooped because the baby was coming out. So I'm literally pooping the whole time. I'm walking, so every step I take, I'm like, ugh. And then you know how you're constipated and you do that strange shake. I kept doing that because I'm trying to hold it, but I couldn't hold it because you can't fight gravity. So the baby was coming and my poop was coming out, and to top it all off, the security guard brings the wheelchair. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm telling him, I'm like, I can't go to the hospital. I pooped on myself. And then my water breaks. Like, it's a big water break, which is weird because I had already felt the baby coming. So it was just weird. But anyway, I sit in this wheelchair because I'm forced to, because I'd be damned if I would have walked up those steps. I couldn't do it. I just physically could not. So, you know, my big son was with us. So I like grabbed onto my husband and I'm telling him like he's not gonna be in this room. I let them know because the baby wasn't due until Friday the 13th. So he came on the 2nd. So he's like, listen, I'm ready to join the world and I don't care how you feel about it. And I'm just like, well, I guess I have no choice. So we get there. And this Russian nurse
was a jerk.
She's like, well, first of all, I get there and she's like, go over there. And she points to the triage room. So we're walking and I'm like, I'm in so much pain. It was crazy. But it wasn't like a pain. It was more of like I can't explain it. More of like a needing to be relieved type feeling. It wasn't like pain, like how people explain labor. I really think that labor is more of a having to be relieved feeling. So my husband tells her, he's like, oh, she can't really get up on the bed by herself right now and blah blah blah, and she pooped and all this stuff. And she's like, oh, you're gonna have to go in the bathroom and clean yourself up. And I'm like, really? Like, I can't go in the bathroom. My baby's head is right there. I feel it. I couldn't close my legs. His head was literally right there. Am I exaggerating, babe? So he gets me undressed and he magically lifts me onto the bed or whatever you want to call it. And she throws like these things onto the bed with me and she's like, clean yourself. And I remember telling her off a little bit, but I don't really remember a lot of that part because I think I was kind of like in shock. So he's like, calm down, babe. And he's like telling her to chill because I believe I would have got up and punched her in the face. And I'm telling her, my baby is right there. Please catch my baby. My baby is about to fly out. And because he was literally right there. So he starts yelling, help, help, help. So the doctor that I saw an hour ago, she comes and literally soon as she came through the curtain of the triage, she caught him like a football. Because that lady would have let my baby fly onto the floor. And that was the worst experience ever. I told them what happened. I'm not sure if they handle it, but I'm pretty sure if I do have another child and I see that woman, I don't want nothing to do with her. Because she doesn't care about her patients. She doesn't at all. And it was horrible. But then they rolled me into a regular delivery operating type room to make sure, being that I went through my whole labor myself and technically delivered the baby on my own. They had to make sure there was no tearing and all of that. They also, my placenta got stuck, so they wanted to make sure it would come out. So I had to deal with all of that stuff while I was in that room. And he was just everything in the world. So, it was pretty nice. And Mally was there, so it was very nice. He got to meet his brother. And that is this crazy story of my labor. Crazy, embarrassing story. So, I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye. Thanks for listening.